Toboso Yana is the creator of Twisted Wonderland. In this interview from the 2020 Magical Archives game guide, she comments on Riddle's, Jade's, Epel's, Rook's, Idia's, Sebek's, Lilia's and Malleus's designs. Riddle's personality was, originally, the opposite of what it finally became. At first he was a character who had been spoiled growing up, disliked studying, was selfish and always broke promises and rules. But because of his strong magic, he could not be denied. In the end, I was not satisfied with my own scenario and rewrote it, resulting in the current Book 1 story. The development team was surprised to see the 180-degree difference between the setting we had already submitted and Riddle's new personality. But they accepted it and even said it was an improvement, and the character became what he is today. The fact that he has styled his own uniform for a cuter look is a remnant of how he was in the early stages of the project. Also, Deuce had long hair, Cater was a beastman, there was a character based on a white rabbit motif, and so on. The Heartslobule dorm experienced many twists and turns in terms of both design and content. Eel form. He is more fish-like than Azul, with proper fins. There are gills on his sides. Eels have stripes, so his body has stripes in places. Since the bottom of the sea is dark, his body is luminescent. I designed the character to be a beautiful boy who looks like he belongs in a 1970s shoujo manga. He is a countryside juvenile delinquent on the inside, but Vil is forcing him to be a bishonen character. His acting is not very good, so his facial expressions are usually stiff, but when his true self comes out he often laughs a lot, gets angry and is generally mischievous. You usually can't see his eyebrows. His design is similar to that of other slender-eyed characters, but when he is making a normal expression his eyes aren't actually that narrow, so watch out for that. His demeanor is very over the top to the point that he seems insincere. I'm thinking he could have a scary, thin smile. As if he's projecting maliciousness through his smile. He is secretly very well muscled. He almost never takes off his gloves for everyday tasks, in order to not leave any fingerprints. His neck and arms are thicker than Vil's. When weighing himself it was discovered that he is actually heavier than Trey, and he feigns surprise. The flames of his hair become weaker when he loses interest in something. Compared to the other villains, Hades is quite a comical character, so I think that it would be good for Idia to be very expressive. The bags under his eyes and the blue of his lips are not makeup, but entirely natural. His eyebrows always make him look troubled. His hair is flames, so it is always moving, and the ends are translucent. His eyes are always shaded. He has a well-defined face, but he is not aware of it. He is not as well muscled as Jack, but he is rather sturdy. However, his facial features are similar to those of Azul, and he has a refined face. Although he has an older-looking face for a first-year student, on the inside he is more like a puppy, and if you get to know him, he laughs a lot. In front of Malleus he acts like a cool and composed follower, but he actually has a wide range of facial expressions. His bangs and eyebrows are shaped like lightning bolts. He has an undercut hairstyle. He actually wants to push it all back, but his hair is too strong and won't allow it. It is not cropped. He is growing his hair out to be able to style it all back. The inner side of his hair has been dyed pink. His natural hair color is black. Only one part of his bangs has been dyed pink and not the underside, but the rest of his hair from the sides to the back of his bob has all been dyed pink underneath. He changes the color depending on his mood, so sometimes it is in a different color. His expressions are less so cute than they are calm. He opens his mouth wider than Riddle does and makes improper expressions, carelessly picking his nose, etc. He generally doesn't get very angry. Even when he is angry, he's never overly expressive. He gets angry about trivial things. Like someone eating the ice cream he'd been saving. He has long lower eyelashes, but his facial features are a little softer than Vil's and Leona's. He doesn't get excited easily, but he's rather cold-blooded when he gets angry. He is unfamiliar with the world, so oftentimes he goes, oh. Sometimes he sulks childishly. His horns angle a bit behind his head. Either he can't sleep lying on his back, or he has a special pillow. His staff is based on the motifs of spinning thread and thorns. The idea is that, when it is used, magical thread runs through it and the gears turn. I wanted him to have a bulky staff that looks like it would be the most difficult one to handle, and this is what I came up with. It is just over 2 meters and 30 centimeters long.